Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read. We're going to talk about Thursday. I hope you're doing well, of course. We're going to try and keep this somewhat simplistic and stick with the Modern Witch Tarot deck and see what this Thursday and potentially surrounding it has in store for us. Alrighty, one shuffle out of the way to begin for Thursday. I'm hearing conquering vibes. The Hierophant and the Knight of Pentacles to begin, as well as the Four of Pentacles and the Moon card at the bottom of the deck and the Two of Swords. I feel like there's a lot you're not fully comprehending at this time or seeing clearly. There's a sense of you being a little bit in the dark, to an extent when it comes to what Spirit wants you to be aware of at this point. I feel like that was bad wording. Spirit's keeping you a bit in the dark, all right? They could be informing you more of what lies ahead, maybe when something's meant to happen or how it's meant to come to be or proceed. But I feel like this mystery is purposeful. They're saying, remember the mystery of you and how that's purposeful in so many different ways, applying to certain situations or one in particular for you. And then let's think about the mystery in regards to what lies ahead. And how things are meant to proceed and change for you, how that mystery is just as important as certain levels of illumination and clarity that do come through and have up until this point. Because it feels like you want answers. You want that puzzle piece, if not multiple. You want to have a clear vision. And Spirit's saying you do have more answers within. You do know more or have gained more knowledge-wise, vision-wise, than you're remembering throughout this day and surrounding it at certain points or in general. But again, that lack of clarity, that mystery needs to be trusted at this time. But the Hierophant and the Knight of Pentacles were the first two out because it truly feels like a time for you where we need to adjust and change where need be. You might feel like it's a force from the universe or a force from, and it could still be a force from the universe, from Spirit, all the meanwhile. Certain circumstances or one in particular pushing you into a change, potentially a new routine or a new perspective, a new reality for yourself. But I feel like all the meanwhile you're thinking about certain changes and one in particular from the recent past, maybe that you're making currently all the meanwhile, that's leaving you moving a bit slowly, or you're finding that the progress or the benefits stemming from a change or two is quite slow. You might also be observing something, say like a YouTube channel or a different platform or something that's meant to or needs to grow or prosper somehow. You're watching it, observing it move quite slowly in certain ways or in one specific way. And Spirit saying everything's happening in divine timing, all right? I know that phrase can be a little bit, they're saying disheartening, annoying, or a little bit frustrating. But Spirit's saying it is truly in place at this time. All right, let's pull a couple more. Okay, the Knight of Cups, another slow moving but efficient energy. And I feel like that's the vibe, a sense of you moving forward with your cup in hand and saying, I want to fill this up with a wish. I want to fill this up with more fulfillment. I want to fill this up with certain levels of success. And they're saying desires all the meanwhile. I'm hearing you deserve to have what you want. And this is not something you haven't pinpointed or figured out that you want, of course. But Spirit's saying there's something you've wanted for a little bit now, and you deserve to have that cup filled. But it also feels like you're thinking about admiration and lack thereof which in your life. Maybe thinking about for some the different types of which, right? Like for me, I can get certain levels of amazing admiration, praise, even support. And I'm hearing the word love flowing towards me from this channel. But it's not the same type of admiration, love, and support that I would be receiving. Attention is the word I'm now getting. That I'd be receiving from, say, a potential lover or a friend in my day-to-day life. You know what I mean? I know that can intertwine to an extent, but you get the point. The Two of Swords and the Queen of Cups, it feels like there's something you're not seeing about what you emotionally went through. A sense of you being somebody who helps others with blindfolds on, okay, in one way, if not multiple ways. Your sense of clarity for other people, or a sense of intuition, which could be the same thing, of course, while you're a little bit perplexed about your own situation. Interesting. That gives me very much tarot reader vibes for some, like myself, where you can read so efficiently for other people, but then even if you can read or choose to read for yourself, there's certain struggles with it typically, right? There's certain blanks that still come up, hence why readers typically reach out to other readers. Anyways, but I feel like there's a balance within you that's coming back to be. All right, they're saying temptation is a must to push you into a new reality. Temptation is a risky choice in your eyes, but a guaranteed choice in spirit's eyes to push you towards, they're saying, satisfaction and fulfillment in the end, because you're not fully seeing that that's what that would lead to. I feel like that run-on message was quite clear, but I really can't remember what I just said. Anyways, to continue for this day. Wow, this reading's going by quite slow, and you might feel the day or certain aspects of time are going by or crawling, right? Going by quite slowly. But the Strength card, I'm hearing you embody an immense amount of quality strength built up over time, and it feels like you at times do forget what you're made out of, whether you fully or at all realize that in certain moments or not. You forget that you are made out of a lot of immense amount of strength. And I feel an immense amount of strength in general, but I feel like there's also a courage that's taking a highlight, all right? Don't let that courage go to waste now. There's something about you needing to put that courage to use to push forward, even if that's in the most simplistic way, even if that feels like a baby step of some sort, or like you're crawling, with the vibe of this day to an extent. You're courageous by taking that little step towards more progress for yourself or towards something of significance. The Nine of Cups at the bottom and the King of Pentacles. There's a confidence you need to bring back in regards to a wish fulfillment that you're meant to see come to be for yourself moving forward. Bear with me. I had to take a quick break in between filming for this specific reading because of the background noise. There's a truck or something. But in the midst of doing so, I not only got a chance to catch my breath and re-ground myself, but I also got the side message of honor your body's needs. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a reminder throughout this day to listen to what your body is communicating it needs, right? If you are dehydrated, what do you need to do? Drink water, right? It's that kind of reminding to oneself that needs to take place, because it feels like you could even be caught up in the mundane tasks, routines, or just very much complacent at certain points, at least to an extent, to the point where you forget or choose not to hydrate your body or eat something healthy, or step out of a situation if you're feeling affected negatively by that energy, right? So listen to your body's needs and shake yourself out of it if you're feeling a little bit out of it in that moment, almost, I want to say, paralyzed or frozen. That could be affected by energy and or spirituality, or just you being in a bit of a daze. But what else do we have for this Thursday? The Three of Pentacles and the Empress card. It feels like you're being noticed for something you began recently, and potentially for something you're contemplating or are beginning moving forward, giving birth to all the meanwhile. But I also feel like you're being viewed as somebody who's very manifestation oriented, someone who's very magical and very caring when it comes to keeping up with what is important to them, what is important to your future, your path, all the meanwhile. I'm hearing your destiny for a select few might come into focus for whatever reason. You might gain a little bit of a reminder as to why that's at least partially your destiny. Spirit's saying your path is to be walked by you and only you. The Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, because I feel like there's a need to focus on what leaves you passionately reaping rewards, all right? They're saying save your money and keep that passion, keep putting that passion forth towards what is going to grow and prosper for you and potentially bring you more pentacles all the meanwhile. But I feel like there's growth on the mind, potentially in more than one way. There's physical appearance on the mind. There's mood and energy as well taking a focus for your benefit. I feel like you're going to potentially learn a bit more about what lies ahead by the end of the day, but Spirit's saying you either are going to find that leaves you hungry for more, is feeling like that's not enough clarity, enough vision, understanding, or it could be more so that you simply need more in one way, shape, or form. Anyways, I feel like you need to be grateful for that bit of clarity and illumination all the meanwhile. But the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Cups, because part of that clarity for some is going to be that you have a lot of options in what that entails, what that looks like. But you may also be pushed to sort out what still needs to be accomplished and figured out moving forward, because I feel like there's a lot on your plate that you're forgetting about, putting to the side, or not realizing all the meanwhile. It feels like a very productive day for the most part. I feel like all the meanwhile you need to bring back again your confidence in regards to getting that wish fulfillment, but in regards to your future and what you're capable of all the meanwhile. I feel the need to come back to this Empress and Strength energy, if I could not be a little bit shaky. But let's wrap up this reading with a crystal card. I always plan to pull some of these small cards and then I forget, so let's make sure this happens. Which crystal is going to benefit my beautiful souls for this day and surrounding it? And for the near future is what I'm getting. Rose quartz. Interesting. I approve of myself and I love myself deeply and completely. All right. So I wouldn't be surprised if this day and the energy surrounding it at least brings somewhat of a focus on self-love. Again, honoring your body's needs and doing what is necessary for you and your path moving forward with what clarity and illumination you do have at this time and moving forward. All right. So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your day, and I'll see you next time.